All right, guys, today we're going to create the perfect workout, if there is such a thing, and we're going to imagine we have the greatest minds of current, of the past, all in one here on this boardroom for this podcast, and I'm going to talk on behalf of them and preach what I think they would push for if they're all having a debate and had to collectively put together the world's best single workout. So let's get into it. First off, how do you create the world's best workout when everyone has different goals? That would be how you would poke holes at what is, well, you could argue that there is no perfect workout because some people are looking to build muscle or create longevity or fix their joints or stretch, all the above. So what we're going to do to create the perfect workout, we're going to say our goal is all functions of all goals of workout. So you can really look at any workout. We're going to have to bring in everything from a workout goal of mobility, flexibility, stability, core, sculpting, endurance, strength. We're going to bring all the functional factors of fitness as the goal and create the ultimate all-round workout. So who do we have? Well, we're going to bring in, and so I've a lot of people won't know who this is, but the coach or the captain coach of this ship is going to be a guy named Chek. I think maybe the greatest all-round wellness practitioner on the planet. Trained everyone from the Bulls in the 80s, developed the Swiss ball core training. Is really the godfather. A lot of people don't know. He's big on social, but not super big. But he is going to be the coach. We're going to bring in Werner, who's probably maybe the biggest yoga account on social media, but I haven't seen anyone better, and most of my yoga practice has been learnt off him. For breath, we're going to bring in Wim Hof, who's got kind of the fire breathing. We're going to bring in McEwen from the Oxygen Advantage, James Nestor. We're going to bring in back from the dead, Joseph Pilates. Arnold's going to come in and work body sculpting. We're going to bring in some current athletes that are surviving and thriving into old age, such as Kelly Slater, Tom Brady, TB12 Method, LeBron, Ronaldo. We're going to bring all their expertise in. We'll bring back Poliquin for some strength stuff. Greg Glassman, founder of CrossFit, we'll bring him in. I'm really light on a woman as so far. I might get some hate for that. So I'm going to throw in someone that's just the all-rounder for everyday women, and that's Kayla Itsness. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Australian girl, maybe the biggest online platform in the world. We're going to bring in Rumdust to help us with some meditation. Huberman can back it all up by science. We'll bring in Ben Patrick because he's kind of revolutionized modern fitness with knee over toe. And a lot of people won't know who Dr. Joel Seedman is too, or Seedman. Can't remember actually, but he trains a lot of the top athletes on the planet as well with his 90-degree training. So let's kick off. I think everyone would agree in this field that we need to focus. Core focus will be on breath, and then we'll get into form. But the breath, not only leading and starting the workout with the breath, but maintaining proper breathing patterns through the entire workout. It's going to unlock your body's energy system, change the biomechanics of this whole region. And for me, if I'm not breathing properly and I hold my breath like a lot of everyday people do at the gym, I'm losing 30-40% of my strength, maybe more, and endurance the same. So you can't find any pro athlete, boxer, surfer, anyone that knows anything about wellness, fitness, performance, flow state, spirituality. Breath work is the foundation, and most people don't do any breath work. They might do breath work at home in meditation, but they're not doing it in the gym. So we're going to combine we'll use the Wim Hof method for obvious reasons. It's a good one, fires up the body. I love the breath hold. It's got that yin and yang component to it. But we'll bring in McEwen as well to do some slower breathing, some nasal breathing. He may even steal off some of the Taco's breathing. So we're going to start the workout with a breath of fire. That fire, well, not the breath of fire, but a fire breathing Wim Hof style, and a very slow breathing that Nestor and McEwen can put together. So we're going to imagine this perfect workout has no time limit. We'll say it's probably going to go for 3 hours. We can talk about compressing it later. But we'll do 10 minutes of breath, 5 and 5 should get the system going, and then you're breathing correctly the entire practice as well. And that will change a little bit from your yoga to different, whether you're doing a power lift or something more endurance-based. We won't get into the depths of that today. We're going to follow, ancient yoga. We're going to use history here. The ancient yogis understood a workout should start with the breath, go through the asanas, finish in meditation. So a lot of athletes do train in that fashion anyway. It's the correct way, in my opinion, to structure things. So we're going to train in that fashion. We're going to warm up with yoga. Why? Because we want to stabilize the joints. We're going to we'll use a little bit of mobility as well. So we'll kind of do a hybrid yoga for 20 minutes, full body, activate all the major joints, get all the stabilizers on, and that the first half of the yoga will be focused on sort of stability, getting the structure right, the core active, all of that. And then we'll work some flows and use yoga to be more of a warm-up. We'll use a lot of single leg poses, a lot of like warrior threes, half moon. Why? Because we want to get you on a single leg, activate your ankle, knee, hip, core. We'll do some shoulder work on the side, and that'll sort of create our yoga flow. So lots of stability in that first half, and then we move into some more active flows and stretching and warm the body up, create that heat. We're going to do a lot of movement prep. No athlete on the planet would do any movement without movement prep, yet most gym goers don't do any. And we're going to, although yoga's already been great for that, we're going to split the mobility section into some physios type work. So imagine high-level physios in here. I don't know any really high-level physios that we'd all know. And we're just going to do some mobilize all the joints, work the entire body, internal, external rotation, flexion, extension. We'll get the joint moving and activating with a little bit of load as well, using some bands, hips, knees, get everything twisting, turning like it should, improving range of motion, activating the joint, and getting everything firing. Then we'll move into a little bit of animal movements. We'll throw him into the list, and just turn that mix of yoga and mobility into like a functional animal style movement. Just get us connected with the body, and that will make the perfect warm-up. Breath for 10 minutes, yoga for 20 to 25 minutes, that combination of mobility, animal movement, physio work, a little bit of band work as well. And that will be our prep phase. For some of us, that will be a full workout, but I think it's a really good tick every box in one session. So the tricky thing about lifting weights, we're going to please Arnold and do some hypertrophy style training. So we're going to need to do some supersets and some reps around that 45-second mark of intensity, minute rest, thereabouts. So we need to do a few sets of that. We're going to get to that. We'll do a little bit of cardio as well. So I'm going to frame it for you. We're going to hit some hypertrophy to please Arnold. We're going to do some more strength meets endurance, kind of CrossFit style to keep Greg Glassman happy and keep you to be what we'd call the greatest athlete on earth, as CrossFitters call themselves, and they probably can run a fair case for that. We're going to do some endurance of the muscle, some sort of high repage as well, which is going to be a little bit similar to CrossFit. And we're not going to do traditional strength training. Why? Because no athlete would do true strength training, 1 or 2 reps, because it's too much stress on the joints, high probability of injury. So we're not going to go below sort of 3 to 5 reps would be our closest thing to true strength training, and we'll have a good break. So we're going to kind of create the next hour to hit all those points. And then we want to get a little bit of hit in. We want to hit that cardiovascular system and be inspired by, maybe some Ronaldo, Federer style hit work, get the heart rate up, rest, Tabata style. And then we want some longer endurance rounds too, more like an AMRAP as well. So we're going to do the low intensity first, and probably do a 10-minute straight round of 4 to 5 exercise, not too difficult, 20 rep circuit, 20, 20, 20, 20, repeat for the full 10 minutes, as many rounds as you can do in the period. Focus on form, keeping the heart rate down, even just if it's some basic stuff like just getting your strict form push-ups, some light dumbbells with some squats, maybe some lunges, some rows, hit the full body. Really keep that breath in control, heart rate down, 10 minutes, no rest, and really get some endurance there. Then we'll move on to some HIIT, and we'll bring Tabata in, and we'll hit that 20 on, 10 off, and do some dynamic speed work. A lot of fast twitch fibers. And keep in mind, when designing the all-round program and becoming good to please everyone, we want to work explosive reps, slow isometric contractions. We want to move laterally, forward, back, 45, high and low. That's all the ways the human body can do. And we're going to throw Ben Patrick in there to do some knee over toe stuff. So probably some of those endurance reps with some lightweight. We'll throw the Ben Patrick knee over toe lunges and whatnot. And yeah, we've got a pretty well-rounded program already. So we're going to do the 10 minutes of the endurance work with a little bit of Ben Patrick stuff there. We could even bring Joseph Pilates in to do a little bit of core stuff as part of that 10-minute circuit as well. Work the core, stabilize the joints, hit all those aspects. Then we're going to do the hardest thing, hit the peak of the workout after a good rest, and do some real power heavy lifts. We might even do some dumbbell clean and press, jerk and press, that type of power movement, heavy, big reps, big rest periods between it. Very Greg Glassman CrossFit style, but with a little bit more rest and a bit more strength focus. Then we're going to move into do some hypertrophy. We're going to hit full body because we're going to get one workout. And we're going to hit some Arnold style. We'll work some dumbbell bench and rows, do the push-pull combo to keep Arnold happy as a superset. Whatever you can sort of push yourself with for sort of 10 to 12 reps. Probably do some strict form squats, changing the speeds, maybe some isometric contractions, some eccentric work to hit those different aspects of movement. And we've got a pretty good, well-rounded workout. To finish off, we're going to hit Joseph Pilates up for just a core burnout, really get that spine strong, work all aspects of the core, side, front, back, hip flexors, all this, mobility and strengthening at the same time. All the stuff Pilates is great for. And that'll be the real journey of the perfect workout. Now, Paul Chek, who would oversee this whole thing, the way he would see a workout is it needs to be in perfect yin and yang balance. So which generally means there's too much rest for the average person. Most people like to just burn out, and superset on superset. And the problem with that is you burn out or you injure joints, sacrifice form, burn out the nervous system, hormones, etc. So we will have periods of good rest between this, deep breathing, maybe a bit of Qi. Paul Chek would have you doing Qi Gong as some yin to balance the yang. And then he would probably set you through a nice cool down period and a meditation and stretch down as well. We'll get Ramdas. I've got Ramdas's book here, Be Here Now. Lost the cover. And he can really just do us a meditation to get us in the now. We'll bring Kotler and Ramdas in to get you into a flow state. So we'll do a flow and Dispenza. We'll get Dispenza in as well. So we've got the dream team here, and that there will be like a manifesting, visualizing, calibrating, be here now, flow state kind of meditation for 20, 30 minutes to finish. So there it goes. Paul Chek will be pretty happy. We start with the yin, with the breath, the slow yoga, build the yang, some yin in between, and then we work the yin as well. So this is the question I've been asking myself since I started this I've been on the fitness journey for 17 years, 20 years really. But this is the questions I've been asking myself. How would this debate unfold to create the perfect workout? Now, unfortunately, in a perfect workout, you've got to do full body because you're only getting one. And what we do at Flow State, our power hour is, I should have probably would have been better marketing to call it the perfect workout. And then we split that amongst upper, full, and lower so we can spend a little bit more time and exhaust the certain areas for those people that are getting a little bit more advanced. And obviously, over the week of a power hour, we want fast movement, slow, isometric focus, eccentric focus, working all the different planes. And obviously, you want to work all functional movements. Push, pull, hinge at the hip, lunge as well, and a core twist. So you want to hit all the movement patterns. That's how you would design the perfect workout. So I mean, hopefully that gives you a little bit of, if you've got a hotel workout, you're on holiday, you get to do one workout for the week. We condense that into an hour multiple times a week. To condense that into 2 hours would just be an awesome workout. But I mean, that is what I call the perfect workout. If you had to get all these people together, keep everyone happy, everyone's goal, longevity, muscle growth, performance, heart rate, mobility, stability, core, breath, meditation, mindfulness, nervous system, I believe what we just went through would be what we would call the perfect workout. And I think what we've created with Power Hour at Flow State is the closest thing to that. So yeah, if you want to get all-round results, not just get strong and buff, but you're tight, sore, weak, terrible cardio, etc. So you become that all-round athlete, longevity, performance, body, mind, soul, spirit, holistic. Let us know what you think.